what's it like? The performance makeover the Yaris has been through in order to make it to GRMN status is an impressive one, though not as thorough as the company might lead you to believe. Having braced the hatchback's body in white in key places, Gazoo Racing has fitted shorter suspension springs, up 60% on spring rate compared with those of a standard Yaris, and some rather special Sachs performance dampers, as well as a fatter anti-roll bar up front. Forged 17 in alloy wheels from BBS save 2 kg per corner on standard Yaris specification, are wrapped with 205-section Bridgestone Potenza RE050A performance tires, and are wrapped around uprated disc brakes and 4-pot front calipers. The car's steering rack has been quickened, too. But there are no widened axle tracks here, and no lightweight suspension arms or dedicated knuckles of the sort we're beginning to see on hot hatchbacks at this level, which allow car makers to adjust ride height and suspension row center position more freely, and independently of each other. Rear suspension, like that of the regular Yaris, is by torsion beam. The car's engine ought to be a strong selling point, a supercharged 1.8-liter petrol 4-pot built by Toyota in the UK but tuned by Lotus to a similar specification as the ones that power Heffel's Elise sports car. Producing 209 bhp, just shy of 7,000 revolutions per minute and 184 pounds-foot of torque, it makes a refreshing change from the smaller capacity turbos that power most cars within this niche. And, fitted with a center exit exhaust designed specially for the car, it sounds great when it's working hard, waspish, brassy and slightly rough-edged. It's as if this Gazoo had a giant kazoo, and blew it for you just as you wanted it to. And, well, if you don't like it, boo to you too. The Yaris GRMN has some excellent ultra-suede sports seats that hold you in place very securely. A pity, then, that the place in which they hold you isn't quite where you'd ideally like to be. You sit high at the controls, close to the pedals, and with a provision for driver legroom that anyone taller than 6 feet 2 in will likely find troubling. But somehow the car also fails to give you quite enough steering column reach adjustment, and its pedal layout also puts too much fresh air between brake and accelerator to make for easy heel and towing. Something that drivers in the market for a performance car of this focus and flavor are likely to want to do. In broader terms, plenty might find fault with the car's perceived cabin quality given the price they're being asked to pay. The fascia is undoubtedly dark, plain, and both antiquated and cheap-looking in places, although that's likely to bother those primarily interested in the driving experience less. That Lotus-tuned engine certainly proves a fine advert for the road less traveled where a fairly light hot hatchback is concerned, and is perfectly at home in a car that loses little for not being the most brutally fast thing from point to point. The Yaris GRMN doesn't have the low-down torque to bludgeon its way down short straights with the vigor of something more powerful and expensive, but its engine responds very crispy indeed, revs with rapacious zip all the way to the 7,000 revolutions per minute redline, and makes the car's accelerator feel like it operates in an entirely analog and linear dimension, unlike that of so many big boosted turbo rivals.